Hello students, so in this lecture we will be discussing about charge dislocations in ionic ceramics, and now there are some salient features. The first one is dislocations in ionic ceramics are often charged and they influence their behavior. Dislocations in ionic ceramics are often charged, and that this charge influences their behavior. And the second point is, for example, if there is an acquisition of charge that will reduce the line tension. So there is a reduction in line tension, and will this affect only the plastic phenomena in which the line tension is important? Will affect the plastic phenomena. So we can actually look into lecture number 284, 285 to see the effect of solution impurities and the dislocation of light. The third point is charge will enhance dislocation code diffusion. This charge will enhance dislocation code diffusion, and it has been used to explain the diffusion controlled high temperature creep in alkali halides. So it will help to explain the diffusion controlled high temperature creep in alkali halides. This is the 3 points. The fourth point.
A civil score of 750. Give me an easy Navi personal loan.
The fourth point is interaction between charge dislocation and a charge defect. I will call solution strengthening. So interaction between a charged dislocation and a charged defect. Will lead to solid solution strengthening. The fifth point is imbalance of jogs. Which is due to as cation free energy formation. displacements will cause charged dislocation. The sixth point is the dislocation is surrounded by an atmosphere of negatively charged cation vacancy. This is the sixth point. The seventh point is for extrinsic vacancies, this equation acts as sink. The dislocation, it acts as a sink, and for extrinsically stabilized cation vacancy and position is reversed. So for extrinsic vacancy, dislocation acts as a sink, and for extrinsically stabilized cation vacancy, the situation is reversed. The eighth point is at high temperature there is a thermally reduced intrinsic vacancy. High temperature there is a thermally produced intrinsic vacancy, which lead to dislocation charge switches. And it is called, and so this is a dislocation, the charge, it switches, and it switches at a temperature called an isoelectric temperature. The ninth postulate is the isoelectric temperature is associated with anomalous behavior of local minima in flow stress. So isoelectric temperature is associated with anomalous behavior of local minima in flow stress versus temperature curves, and is unusually high stress and temperature dependence on dislocation velocities. So high high stress and temperature dependencies on dislocation velocities. The 10th postulate is another way by which dislocations can acquire charge is sweeping of vacancies during that motion. So if there is a sweeping of vacancies during dislocation motion, so that will lead to the dislocation will acquire dislocations, they acquire charges while doing this action, and it also produces a plastically induced electrostatic field. It also leads to a plastically induced electrostatic field, which decays away after the deformation is terminated, which decays away after the deformation is terminated. Now, high temperature plasticity can occur by thermally active mechanisms which are too slow to be of any consequence at room temperature. So when we talk about high temperature plasticity, and it is based upon certain mechanisms like diffusion, dislocation, Klein dislocation, Klein, and they are measured as a function of time.